Hi, this is Sharon Pope, and I'm the Love and Relationship Coach for women who want more. And this is Ask Me Anything. So this is where I answer your questions. And so I got this question and story from someone named Leanne. And Leanne asked me, I've been in a state of indecision about my marriage for a while, but it came to a head when I took on a lease in an apartment to try to get some space and some clarity. I've spent the months since then, which was this was last fall, trying to live between my marital home and my new place. Neither feels like home, and I really have no idea which direction to take. I feel like I'm not fully living in the relationship, but there is something that's stopping me from ending it entirely. My husband doesn't understand. We don't connect on any real depth, and he just wants me to move home because he loves me. Okay. Leanne, you need more clarity. And I know thinking that when you got an apartment that would provide you the absolute clarity that you needed, because it feels like a trial divorce. But you're right, there is something that's stopping you. So I have two things to share with you. One is, because you're living between these two homes, you haven't fully committed to the apartment and making that feel like home. And you've still got 1 foot in the marriage and 1 foot out of the marriage. So your version of stuck in indecision looks different than someone who's living together, but you're still stuck. Because you haven't really tried to line up with either decision. You haven't tried to jump back in and create a different kind of relationship with your husband, one that feels really good. And you haven't really tried to make this new place your home and being by yourself and coming to terms with no longer being married. So to a certain degree, we can change the space around us, but we're taking ourselves with us. And so until you try to line up with one decision and then see how it feels, you're not really going to learn anything, and you're just going to be in another flavor of stuck. And I know that that's not what you want. So there is an analogy that I use that I love, and I want to share it with you. And it's what I call 10 feet at a time. So I live in Columbus, Ohio. And right now I could get in my car and I could drive towards Dallas, Texas. And I would get there about 15, 16 hours from now. It would probably be sometime tomorrow morning. Most of that trip would be made in the dark. With my headlights on my car, I would only be able to see about 10 feet in front of me at any given time. But I can make it all the way from Columbus, Ohio to Dallas, Texas, only being able to see 10 feet at a time. Where we get stuck is because we want to be able to see Dallas. I want to know what life is going to look like and feel like a year from now. I want to know that I'm not going to have regrets. I want to know I'm making the right decision. I want to know my kids will be okay. But the problem with that is that we have no way of being able to be in Columbus, Ohio and see Dallas. And if we don't start taking the 100 steps it takes between now and what your life looks like next year, we're never leaving Columbus. And so we stay stuck. And so if maybe the thing that's keeping you stuck, Leanne, is the fear of the unknown, and there's certainly probably a comfort there with your husband right now. And so to walk away from that feels very scary. So what I would say is, forget about that's Dallas. That is too far off in the horizon. What's 10 feet in front of you? Maybe 10 feet in front of you is when you wake up tomorrow morning in a bed by yourself, what's the first thought that comes to your mind? And how do you feel? Do you feel like you miss your husband, or does it feel like freedom? Does it feel like a heavy weight, Or do you feel like a weight has been lifted? When you come home at night, and I want you to kind of commit to the home, at least for 30 days, 60 days, something, so that you can line up with that decision to see how it feels. You've really got to try it on for size. So just keep taking 10 feet at a time, and you can get all the way to Dallas. You can get all the way to a happy life. That could be with your husband. It could be that it's time to leave the marriage. But either way, you can only get there one step at a time. So think of it like that. I hope that's helpful. If you have a question that you want me to answer, I hope you'll put it in the comments, or feel free to send me an email at sharon@sharonpopetruth.com. Be well.